Welcome to my manga. I am Major Manga, and this is One Punch Man chapter 333. 133. Lone Wave Manga. Lone Agent Manga. Learn. Now, this chapter, it's alright. Record of Ragnarok and One Punch Man came out on the same day, so I decided to do, Record of Ragnarok first. Because I promised, basically, to do Record of Ragnarok. But I'll just do Record of Ragnarok. Cover page. Tatsumaki with a ripped sleeve. And I'm not into lollies at all, literally. I just find them really creepy. Really creepy. How somebody... I won't get into it. I just think lollies are creepy. And we get to see Tatsumaki avoiding all of Psycho's lasers from her laser dragons. Not bad. We also get to see King and Terrio, I think it was his name. Yeah, Terrio. And then we get to see the perspective of the people in the city. Because as you know, it's an actual city. Sure, a part of the city was abandoned, but still. People still live there. Tatsumaki is just pulling up rocks. Pulling up all these rocks just to throw at Psychos. Psychos basically cuts a whole bunch of them down. Tatsumaki dodges them, and she just keeps throwing stuff at her. Psychos does a sexy pose, because I don't have to say, Psycho, pretty crazy character. She created the Monster Association and done all this evil shit, and a little crazy, but still pretty hot. I have a thing depending on how hot a character is compared to how crazy they are. If you guys haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, I go to, say, Barney's hot to crazy scale, which is basically a character can be this crazy if she's this hot. Because, yeah, Psychos is pretty hot. Although she does get a little bit of changes in this chapter, but I still just enjoy it. We also get to see a whole bunch of other heroes just see the fight against Tatsumaki and Psychos. Psychos just firing off lasers. Tatsumaki using boulders and making a tornado. And then she does this thing which has not really been explained, but it's pretty smart. I have to say it's pretty smart. One reviewer said it's basically pulling it out of his ass, but there was no... never mind. It's just Tatsumaki grabs shape of rocks, increases her, puts more psychic power in that rocks, and lowers her psychic power. And then I just love this scene. Psychos thinks is wondering where Tatsumaki is. She sees these hands push her against inside her breast. She grabs it, all doing all this, which I'm glad I wasn't in public for this for reading this in public like I did when Psychos first merged with Orochi. Go read that chapter if you want to know. Go watch my review of that one. Anyways, and we get to see Tatsumaki inside Psychos' mouth. It's just basically we get to see Tatsumaki basically go inside Psychos through her veins and all that. And she gets to deal quite a bit of damage to Psychos. First on the inside, but poor Atomic. Because in this chapter, we get to see Atomic and Putty Putty Prisoner inside the bubbles. Putty Putty Prisoner is slightly above Atomic. They're being lifted up. Tatsumaki gets blazed through her hand from Orochi's snake thing, which basically slows her down and makes her lose consciousness. and Atomic's bubble disappears, and Putty Putty Prisoner was above him, and we just get to see the scene of Atomic looking up and seeing Putty Putty Prisoner, butt naked, falling on top of him. Poor Atomic. Then we get to see, like, the inside of, like, Psychos's original body inside all these monster cells. And then we get to see, like, the main body, just, like, split, like, the female Psychos in half, which... why? And just create, like, this three-way claw cannon. And then a laser shoots up from the ground and basically deflects this blast from an above dragon level being. Or below God. If you watched my video on below God, above of dragon. Same thing or not. And now we get to see Genos coming in and fight. And we get to see him actually do some stuff with his new upgraded form. The best way to describe Genos in his new form is take a dragon and take regular Genos. Make them do the fusion dance from Dragon Ball, then you got Genos' new form. And it's said that he's got like this blue lightning, and it definitely shines on the dragon side because Genos puts his hand like that and it makes it look, and he has like this light on this part of his arm, making it look like an eye. And then like even the lightning forms a dragon, because if it wasn't obvious, either Murata or One is trying to make this look like a dragon. And then when he fires off the cannon, it looks even more like a dragon. The translation I have says it's called Thunder Drill Cannon, but it might be a different word. It's just like Genos, he wasn't able to like his blast was able to like even out like Psychos's blast in a straight head-to-head blast. It took all his power, but still only he was able. Like, it took a lot of energy for him to do that, and Psychos didn't really do that much. And now we get to see an awesome bunch of beam struggles, like Psychos's mini dragon heads firing off beams, and like Genos' dragon making a lightning dragon and having energy blast come out of its mouth. And now it comes to the pilot chapter that why Tatsumaki tells Genos to get lost because King asked her to deal with Sairochi. You are just about to die, dumbass. You were this close to death. And you really think you could have defeated it. Genos is probably at like has been stated that he can take on any. He's at definitely dragon level, and that Genos basically talks back to saying, it doesn't really matter if I'm helping you. If this is too much for either of us, Master Saitama will just show up and wreck this chick. Which I hope you do, man, because it's not stated that he hasn't, but he hasn't really mentioned to have any romantic interest, so go ahead, Saitama. Of course I'm kidding, but tell me you wouldn't want to just see like a Saitama just like flirting with Sairochi. That I would pay money to see that. And then we get to get back to Fubuki and just sensing, oh, big sis, don't make me go out there, don't make me go out there, there's so many high-powered beings. Which, there's like 3 people out there. Well, 4 if you split Psychos' new form into Orochi and Psychos. So, Orochi, Psychos, Genos, Tatsumaki. Yeah, they're powerful, but there's so many. I'd say so many as in like all the Monster Association and all like the hero, all the S-Class heroes. That is what I would say. Don't let me go out there, because if I had a choice, I would say, fuck that, I'm out. And then Psychos splits her noise body in half and showing her face within a split body. Tell me you don't think the original Psychos looks way better. But we just like to get... And we also... I'm glad Genos can fly now, because now he can get out of danger. And I heard, actually, that, yeah, Genos may have a lot of losses, but he's actually got a greater wins than losses. Except for Saitama, who has all wins. Even when he's depowered. That's fun. Then, the last 2 pages of the chapter, we get to see Saitama, the little Mike Wazowski monster, and Sonic basically just, well, trying to dig out Sonic. I mean, Flashy Flash. Those who have read the webcomic know something that just that I find ridiculous. That I hope it doesn't come up, but if it does, it's ridiculous. I hate it, but I love it. About it's just like a short thing. It's just like the monster uses its belt and tightens it really tight so it doesn't feel hunger. And then like Saitama does the same thing, like tighten so he doesn't feel hunger. And then he brings up, is this my final form? I don't mind that, because Saitama's final form is basically bald. I love that. Like, Saitama, your final form, you've already reached. And then, like, Flash says, I'm glad nobody will have to see me like this. And then Saitama says, yeah! So are my thoughts. Alright chapter. Alright. I'd have to say alright. Better than last chapter. Way better than Record of Ragnarok, which... Why'd you do that to me? Anyways, got some news for the channel. For my 8 subscribers, I have a new series that I'm going to review, Fire Force. And I know I brought up Fire Force in my Spy X Family, Fire Force, and Tower of God are a great video, but I was planning on reading it after season 2. Screw that. I'm reading it, and I do not regret it. I do plan on watching season 2, but I'm reading Fire Force. You can't blame me for that. It good series. It good series. Now, I hope you all had a good day. I like this chapter. Did you? No. This is Web Manga. I'm Agent Manga, signing out.